And welcome back to the RaidCall EMS 1 Playoffs Group C. Final game of the evening. We already know that it's a tall order for Anexis to go through, but they can still make it through. And here's how. They have to win their final game against fnatic. No small order, of course. And they have to win it big. By how much big, we don't know just yet. You know, as Carmack would say, big tomorrow. They have a lot of work to do right now. So not only do they have to beat fnatic, they have to win by a very large amount, because we've worked it out that if NIP beat Team X, then they would have 6 points. If fnatic lose this game, they already have 6 points. And then, of course, Anexis would also have 6 points. They would be tied in a 3-way tie. And because they all play head-to-head-to-head, it would then go on rounds won and lost, and therefore the difference. And because Anexis lost big tomorrow big against... Gonna keep getting you on that one, aren't I?
I used to love that.
They lost 16-1. It puts them on the back foot out of these three. Let's drop you into the game, though, because the knife is about to take place. I've got so many choices to pick from.
There's been some great...
There has, but Carmack came out with a fantastic one. So this is for you, my friend. This is for you. Here we go, then, with the knife round. It's going to be a lot of thrusting and a lot of attacking and putting things in places which perhaps they shouldn't go. This isn't going quite as well as I predicted it might, mainly because they're sort of moving too fast right now. They're moving back and forth very quickly, and throbbing knives have come forward to win them the round. That wasn't really what I was aiming at, but
it was like 50 Shades of Red Eye then.
It was 50 Shades of Blades or something, or 50 Blades of Counter-Strike. That wasn't quite what I was going for, but all right, fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, third and final map is Ninjas in Pyjamas versus Team X on my screen, which is not what we wanted. Yeah, my bad. So I don't know if we can switch to the other camera. There we go. Look, Anexis versus And then what I'll do is stop being a noob. And oh, hang on. Well,
he's having a moment.
I'm trying to load Andy Hunter remix in or something. Oh my goodness!
Got all excited in the knife round, and you've gone and blown your load everywhere.
I've done that wrong. I've done that very wrong. Hold on with me. It's all gone Pete Tong.
It has all gone Pete Tong.
Literally Pete Tong.
It has gone all Pete Tong.
Remixes aside. Anyway, that was a lovely knife round, but between two teams that we didn't actually mean to be showing you.
No, but it was great anyway. It was very sexual.
You spotted that, didn't you? Anyway, warm-up is ending in this game between Anexis and fnatic just on time. So that means we can get in another knife round.
Unless they already knifed. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe.
They may have done.
They may have done.
Yep.
Can we get confirmation of that? Have they knifed? Haven't they knifed? Yeah, no, so they have knifed. So the good news for you guys is that you don't get another knife round. I don't know if that's good news or bad news, but anyway, as far as the Geordie thing's concerned, I will do a Geordie. I've already done a Geordie round.
Save that for the finals.
It's easy, because I spent so much time in the Northeast in my childhood.
Has to.
And I'm a Newcastle United fan as well, so makes it dead easy, man. Oh, well then, round one. Oh, no, hang on, we've got to slip out of that. Anexis versus fnatic then. Really went all Geordie on me for round one then. And, well, blimey, okay, things are starting off very hectic indeed. We've already seen 1, 2, 3 kills in a row. Carrigan with a double inside the bomb site, and he'll get the chance to plant here at the B site. And already, Anexis find themselves in a 4v3, a 3v4, in fact, for them. Another man heavily tagged up was Rattlesnake. They've also managed to damage Moddy and Carrigan in the middle of this. And now Rattlesnake comes back out into the site. Freeze picks up the kill on Husey. Moddy downs Rattlesnake. Last man alive is MX. He falls to the gun of Carrigan, who gets the triple. And fnatic start as they mean to go on. They win the pistol round.
Yeah, and let's bear in mind the previous results of these two teams on this map especially. On Mirage, these two teams have been going head-to-head for quite some time. Mad Catz Birmingham, they got into best of 3, it went overtime, it was a huge game, and fnatic won that. Now let's go forward a bit to the fnatic Frag Alley just recently, and actually fnatic only managed to get 4 rounds on that against these guys. So this is not going to be only a bit of revenge for them, but they're clearly kicking things off in the way they mean to carry on. And Carrigan, yeah, furthering the pain up there, taking down Husey and MX. So it's the way you'd expect to see things to go, but quite painful for the British boys. So Rattlesnake, Hudsg and Release, the only three now standing, and Release is already pretty much tagged up, whereas fnatic only have suffered 40 HP done to them. So still in pretty damn good shape, and I can imagine this will go the way we expect unless something magical happens. So we'll look where fnatic are deciding to go. That seems to be adapting over towards the A-bomb site. Flash is going over, but we'll expect the two players to already be present here. Hudsg's got a great position, but there we go. Freeze has controlled him quite nicely. Zip following up, and now only Rattlesnake stands. The man who was rather quiet in the last game we saw, maybe it's his time to get a little bit louder, but not in this round. So as we'd expect, second round does go in favour to fnatic, who did win the initial. And, well, clearly they took the last game they played against these guys as a red rag to the bull.
Yeah, and Anexis seem to be just playing exactly the same as they played against NIP, and the scoreboard reflects that. Hudsg, the only man to get a kill from the first two rounds. 6 for Carrigan, as he picked up a couple with the Mac-10, and then one with the Glock at the end of the round. So, straightforward conversion. This one should be the same again. It's just going to be a duck shoot here in the mid, surely. Freeze, Carrigan, double from Carrigan. 2 more to find. Make that 1, actually, because Carrigan's already dealt with him. Freeze gets himself a double in that round. Actually gets 3 in that round. And now we can finally perhaps get some kills for Anexis, because right now, Hudsg, top of the scoreboard, the only man with a frag.
Yeah, and for me, it's going to be eyes on Rattlesnake, actually, and Hudsg both running with AWPs. That's, we're going to see how this one pans out for them. Massive investment here, and obviously in such a pivotal round. Got to see how this one pays off. So fnatic just looking up mid, Flash is going out, Smoke's landing perfectly, nice little smoke into the window there. No connection on the early AWP fire from Rattlesnake through mid, but look how close fnatic is pushing. Oh, he's got one! Great start there, taking down Carrigan, the danger man so far, but Trace pushing up nice and close, finding Rattlesnake and alleviating some of the pressure from mid. So now fnatic in a good position to push forward. Husey flashed up. fnatic now dropping down. Nice positioning, taking down Zip there as Trace has to come in. It's Molly to claim the frag, but it's Trace doing the damage, and he's followed up on Husey perfectly. So 3v2 situation in favour to fnatic, but for how long? Release on the prowl, flashing in. I don't know if that actually caught Trace. I think it flashed himself more than anything. Now we slow down. Molly just on site. Freeze pushing up. Trying to get some more presence for the fnatic side here. They know there is a play around the corner. Doesn't really connect onto Release though. Bomb out, going down. Struck is against the CT side now. They've got to get moving. You hear the AWP fire from Hudsg just towards the spawn area. Release edging forward. He's caught a glimpse, and that's enough. Takes down Trace, but knocked straight down to only 3 HP here. As dear old Molly's on site. Freeze does the damage from behind, taking down Release. It's all on Hudsg. Where is he? He was in spawn, but Molly's got it. And that's the round that really did matter. And fnatic stamping their authority on there eventually. That bomb plant was, well, it was close, but fnatic got it 4-0.
Yeah, close but no cigar for Anexis. Yep. Double AWP in round 3.
Questionable.
After a single kill was a big investment for them. And initially looked like it was going to pay off, but that hasn't worked out. They will be on an eco once more here, another Joe round. And I think we should start calling them red rounds, because at the moment I seem to be getting all of them. fnatic now 4-0 up. Hard to avoid them at the moment with the way the rounds are going. And we've only seen Anexis win 1 round out of the last, what is it now, 25. And this one's not going too well either. They've already lost a couple. In fact, they've only lost the 1. And it's fnatic who are in a bit of trouble right now. They're dropping quickly here. Moddy's trying to sort things out. He's got himself a double. They've got the bomb planted here at the B-bomb site. And we've got Husey and MX remaining. I wonder if they can pick up a weapon, because there are a few laying around. They've got flashes here as well, but MX has got nothing but the gun in his hand right now, and that's worked really nice. He's now got himself an AK, and I think they might think that's a bonus. And they're going to get the hell out of there. 1 man with an AK. They're going to try and hunt them. Zip's on the hunt for him, but I think that's as good as it was going to get there. And look, they are going to... Ooh, MX! Yeah, sees the spam. Round is confirmed for fnatic, 5-0. And MX does manage to get himself a weapon. Small consolation, but at least it's something.
Yeah, indeed. Rattlesnake once again opting for that AWP, and maybe it'll pay off this time. Last time he got completely, well, played out pretty much. Smoke landing perfectly in that mid-window, completely just taking him out of the round there. So let's see how this one's going to go out, see if fnatic can keep this nice clean slate. Oh god, Freeze with that AWP. I've seen this before. We saw it in the previous RaidCall finals, actually, and this man is truly dangerous, especially on this map. So Smoke now pluming in the way. fnatic making their way up. See, Anexis already kind of gotten onto this, and they're pretty much cornered in here, and the damage is being done. Carradon dropped down to only 10 HP. Trace is tagged up too. Anexis going aggressive this round, and it might just pay off. Let's see if Fusey can get this one in the bag. He's caught a glimpse, he's got the tag and the frag there. Nice work onto Freeze, taking down that AWP, and immediately giving them the advantage. Fusey is only on 3 HP. So we're going to have to see if they can keep hold of this. fnatic with only 4. They are going to go for a bit of adaptation here, working that bomb all the way around. They did initially look towards that B bomb site, went up short, worked mid. Didn't really pay off. Now Zip is working that bomb towards A. It's Rattlesnake to spot him, so the bomb is now down. And well, Anexis look like they're getting themselves into this round. Nicely played from them so far. Let's see if they can keep in this. Carragher, nope, causing trouble. Straight up and takes down Hudgy. Can't get onto Husey, though. He's way too aware and quickly communicating between each other, locking down that threat. So Trace and Moddy now stand. The last two alive. Quick exchange leaves only Trace standing as he has found Husey. Can't get a second, though. MX locking down the angle perfectly as he pushed towards the site. And now that does finally get Anexis on the scoreboard. 1-5 is the scoreline. And it was a great play on mid there from them, really locking down the early fnatic push.
Good stuff. Much better. Much more like the Anexis that we know and love. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get a game here. After all. See Rattlesnake's moved to the top of the scoreboard with 4 kills. Comes the set Smoke from Moddy over the top. We're actually going to miss that because Release has already made his way forward. He's been much more aggressive here, and fnatic can't cope with him. He's picked up a double in mid, and here comes the third. Is it? No. Trace finishing him off in mid. That little reign of terror from Release, though, was very good. Oh, Moddy, wow, caught short, and then somehow won the battle with MX with the bomb planted now as well. We're in a 3 versus 2 fnatic lead this one. And Rattlesnake now has to land some big shots here. Flashed out for a second and a third time. Gets dropped by Trace on the right-hand side. Hudge G will now be last man alive, and he will be running for cover. And he's got a man just behind. He's got to be careful here. Trace will continue to track him down. Defensive grenade? No. Defensive... Whoa, a little bit of damage done. 17 health remaining. And Hudge just about gets away with keeping his gun. And fnatic leads 6-1. Nicely done.
Yeah, I barely think Hudson Rattlesnake even knew Zip was that close to the bomb site with the bomb there. He got in there before the rest of his team, and, well, I really caught them by the surprise. And they had to play retake and just clearly couldn't do it. So, 1-6, as you said, is that scoreline. fnatic still firmly in the lead here. Let's see how long they can keep hold of that. And it does seem as though they're going for a big push towards A. Not holding back for a second. It's Moddy to push forward. MX finds him first. Carrigan quickly replying. Back and forth we go, leaving it a 4v4. But not for long. Rattlesnake getting involved. So 3 now stand for fnatic. Freeze, Zip, only 2 alive now. And this quick push has not paid dividend at all, as Anexis will mop them up and quickly send them back to that spawn. So a nice round for Anexis. Very clean round for them. And I'm kind of curious what fnatic were doing there. That was a very, very rushed round by them.
Well, I'm going to try it now and again.
True,
so there's no harm
Yep.
in giving it a go. And now they've done that. They just got a little bit unlucky in terms that the stack was against them, even though the weapons weren't against them. The amount of personnel on site was, and that was it was worth a go. I mean, there was 6-1 up, so not a big deal to try something like that out. I mean, what it does tell them is information of what Anexis are likely doing when they're short of cash. And that's valuable information as well. But it's another round on the board to Anexis. Wow. Hudge G completely and utterly wasted there as Husey's just firing through the smoke across the far side. Did get the call that there were men out there and has got himself a kill. And a second one.
What?
Where on earth did that come from? Zip finally shutting down one, but he's now in a 4 versus 1. Make that a 2 versus 1. Zip steps up now. And if he can get the bomb planted here, he will put pressure on them. They are coming. Grenade in, doesn't do a huge amount. In a 4 versus 1, Zip now in a 2v1. Husey and Rattlesnake have got to play this one smart, or they could find themselves getting caught, and they won't, because Husey is smart. Drops Zip. and Anexis will get their third round on the board. Remember, this is a mildly CT biased map. There's a minuscule amount in it. It's still the most balanced map we've currently got in competitive play. So even at 3-6 down, knowing that they've just pushed fnatic onto a save, they should be able to convert this to 4-6, and then, who knows? This could be a fairly even half after all.
And I was about to say how impressed I was at the adaptation coming out from fnatic and how unlucky Husey got there by not actually picking up the kills and the smoke actually being in place this time. But clearly he worked through it anyway, and it does seem to be Rattlesnake to really capitalise on the fact that fnatic have little to no weaponry, picking up 2 early frags and the third. Nice, easy round for him, and now Zip is knocked down to only 16 HP with an absolute plethora of players around him. He hasn't got a hope in hell there, especially when MX is on the case. So, scoreline is 4-6. fnatic still in the lead, but Anexis are catching up, and we are onto a gun round, so maybe it's time for Anexis to get almost even.
Yeah, not far away now. Was 6-1, now 6-4, 3 in a row. We talk about the momentum in this game often. Never more so is it important when you're behind to pick up some momentum for the comeback. And Anexis have exactly that. The big mo is theirs right now. They are 3 in a row. And fnatic lost their way a little bit here. One of those rushed rounds that didn't work. Second one that was just better players. Trace gets a face full of HE and literally bounced onto the top of his nose. It was a shock and a wonder that he only got away with 50 health out of that, or 51, as MX picks up the opening kill. Husey and Rattlesnake get themselves one apiece. Freeze just can't land a shot despite several attempts at it, and Rattlesnake gets himself a lovely double. Zip now last man standing. He falls on the balcony, and Anexis move to within 1. And fnatic now pushed onto a save. Presumably, Anexis can draw level in round number 12.
Yeah, indeed. And, well, it's an impressive game so far. I've got to say, I was about to say how impressed I was at Rattlesnake's fluidity through this game, the way he's been adapting on the fly to whatever fnatic can throw at him. The mid-battles that he didn't initially win, he's kind of accounted for that already by just challenging on the bomb sites instead, and it is paying off massively. So fnatic, as we said, are just on those pistols. These guys are phenomenal with these weapons, but clearly at a huge disadvantage. So, going to make the way down mid is Karrigan to lead the way with Zip not too far behind. Trace just splitting up as well. So biding their time, I think they're just going to hope for a bit of a push, try and get a weapon, see what they can do here. That's pretty much all you can hope for. Karrigan has made his way through mid, but only to be met by MX with a pretty much a bit of a bullet to the brain, and follows up nicely onto Freeze, and it's pretty much as you'd expect right now. Husky claims the last, and fnatic get taken out all by headshots and all quite comfortably by the Anexis side. So 6-6, all even. It's looking like it's going to be a close one.
All square, and 5 in a row from the Brits to draw them level after a shaky start. Husey now 10 and 7, Rattlesnake 12 for 6, really stepping up. Karrigan 10 for 9 now on the fnatic side. And they are on a full buy. Freeze and Trace get a face full of HE early from Rattlesnake. He's also done a little bit more damage here. There are 3 of them for him to aim at, but the smokes have done their job so far. But here comes Karrigan, steaming through to take down Huds. And now they might get themselves a couple more here. Lovely headshot from Release. Make that 2 in a row. Not a third, though. Modi shuts him down as they pop in towards the bomb site. Rattlesnake's there, and he'll pick up another frag. It's now a 3 versus 2. And fnatic in trouble. Freeze gets them out of that trouble, though, with a little bit of AWP magic. And now a 2 versus 2. A chance for fnatic to arrest the issues they've had with losing round after round after round. The grenade's not going to do a huge amount of damage. That's going to do a lot of damage, though. Freeze with his second of the round, looking for a third. Incendiary comes in from MX, and, well, that's pushed him into the corner. It will help him pick up the kill. MX now, can he clutch the round? MX versus Zip. Can Zip take it? Can MX take it? Nicely tied up at 6-6, and it's MX who comes in to seal the deal and pick up the defuse. And Nexus win their 6th consecutive round without answer, and now take the lead 7-6.
What a bit of play on that bomb site. Released that bit of aim, that one moment that he had there. He picked up the 2 frags. I thought he was going to get that third there. I think we both did for a good long while. But that was incredible. MX as well, picking up the mantle perfectly and picking up 2 for himself. So that was sensational play coming out from both of them. And Anexis just really showing their class after having such a, well, having their asses handed to them by an IP. They're still showing exactly why they're here and why they deserve
Asses handed to them?
Yeah.
You can't say that on TV.
I've heard what Jason says on TV. It doesn't matter.
Fine.
Yep. Shit your face, red eye. Who do you think you are? So let's see exactly what fnatic are up to this round. Does seem to be one of those A pushes, but it's Husey to actually claim a good start to this one for Anexis being up 2 already. Going to look at that third. He has actually got the hat trick now. So fnatic are literally being dismantled by one man and his gun. And let's see if he can finally more. He's in a good position to follow this up. Trace is now in trouble, but he's actually taken him down. But knocked down to a mere 8 HP as Release is now having to push up. He's going to have to try and help out his teammates here as the bomb site is truly being tested by fnatic. LG laying down the fire, knocking them both down. Look at the HP there on them, merely steps away from death, and it's Release and Rattlesnake to put them out of their misery and hand Anexis finally a bit of a firm lead here, 8-6.
Guaranteed first half lead. For Anexis, which you would never have predicted when fnatic were leading 6-1. You'd never have picked that up from this game, but a fantastic comeback from Anexis. In the context of the tournament, they still need a big win, so there's still a lot of pressure on them because they not only need to beat fnatic, they need a big win, or they need to beat fnatic and hope that Team X somehow beat NIP, but on their previous 2 results, you wouldn't fancy him to do that, would you? So things not in their own hands, unfortunately, for fnatic after that 16-1 destruction by Ninjas in Pyjamas on Nuke earlier on. But the best they can do is win this game, and they're going about it the right way right now after a shaky start. A 6-1 loss has turned into an 8-6 lead. And if they carry on like this, like HudsG with some magic with that M4, with a double inside the site, although fnatic have come back with a couple of kills of their own here. This is not done yet. But if they do carry on like this, the Anexis are going to be looking very good when they switch over. It's currently 8-6, nicely poised. As Anexis now have to move in to retake the bomb site. Rattlesnake's a little bit slow getting there. He's got Moddy just in front of him, zipped to the left-hand side. Carrigan set a little bit further forward, waiting for anyone to show themselves through the hole. The first man does pop round, and Rattlesnake goes out onto the forest balcony and picks up the first one. Oh, Husey picks up the final kill on Carrigan. Have they got enough time for the defuse, though? They have got enough time, and Rattlesnake confirms a 9-6 lead for Anexis at half-time after they were 6-1 down, 8 rounds in a row from the Brits.
Would you believe it?
Would you Adam and Eve it? Seeing as we're Brits and they're Brits, I think we should use some of those, you know, those London Cockney slang and rhyming things.
You sound like you're from London.
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 Don't knock it. I'm actually from London.
Oh, I know you are. London.
London.
Ricky.
Ricky.
Oh, Ricky. Sorry, yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Ricky.
EastEnders in my childhood is really, what can I say? But yeah, what a way to play this one out. As you said, the Anexis really do have to step up, though. They can't stop this now.
I mean, the thing is, fnatic are... I wonder whether they're sort of sitting there going, nah, it doesn't matter about this game. We don't really care. We're going to be through anyway.
I don't think they're a team who do that, though.
No, I don't
know what I
think
mean?
so either.
I look at the way they play.
And not with Khan in the background either.
Especially not with Khan. That man is... If you've ever seen the highlight videos, I'm sure you have, from the actual finals of the previous season of this, that man is there behind them the whole time. He looks more invested in it than half the players sometimes. His face has got so much focus on it, it's unbelievable. And I can imagine he's watching this rather closely and making sure fnatic don't let this one slip. But now they do have a little bit of a struggle on their hands. Obviously, they are down a good couple of rounds and arguably on the slightly harder side. So we're going to have to see how this initial pistol goes, as it does seem that, well, if Anexis pick this up, they'll have a big, big lead. Yeah, pistol round's now going to be very pivotal because we've got a 3-round difference. So fnatic can win the pistols, turn the next 2 over as well. We're all square at 9. If Anexis win it, they could be out to a 12-6 lead. So this round is effectively a 6-round swing round as Incendiary unleashed into the bomb site. And the first man down is going to be Rattlesnake. Moddy, the man picking him up. Carrigan's also going to drop one. HudsG is going to get a revenge one. And what is Auto Director doing? He's like the fat controller sometimes. We should get off his ass. Freeze now going towards the bomb site in a 4 versus 2 here. And there's another grenade coming in, this time from Freeze. Trace gets the final one on HudsG, and that looks far too... Someone has clearly been watching their demos. The one thing I used to note about Anexis was how great their pistol rounds were and how good their strats were that they used to break out, but clearly fnatic had their number on that one. The incendiary nade that came out there offset the timing. They knew exactly where Rattlesnake was going to be. They had an early kind of clock onto exactly what they might try, and it paid off. And well, fnatic now have their way back into this one. kind of even things up here. So this is going to be an interesting game. And obviously Fnatic will be with that superior firepower, and Anexis now have to attack with just those pistols. But we still see the advantage of the Glocks here. So they're not a weapon you can underestimate. So let's see if anything's going to pay off now. So Fnatic going a bit aggressive towards mid.
Nade.
Yeah, that's going to cause trouble. Look at that HP. They've been actually ripped to shreds as now Fnatic can just follow quite comfortably. Hudgy, the only one to do some damage so far, gets one, not going to get the second, and Trace there comfortably just mops up the remains. 9-8 the scoreline. We do see a bit of an AK in the hands of MX here, and I think it's a bit of an early buy coming out.
Yeah, early buy. Did get some frags, did get a bomb down, so not a massive surprise that they were going to buy in round 3. Much easier to do on T side when you get some frags in the bomb plant, of course, than it is on the CT side, where we saw Anexis not able to buy for those first 3. So here we go then. First buy round, big round for Anexis here. They need to arrest the momentum that Fnatic have now picked themselves up after 8 straight rounds in the first half. Fnatic now finally get themselves back on the board again. It'll feel good to them as well after losing so many in a row. Just the context for you of this match. It's the final game of Group C. Only the top 2 qualify. And right now, Fnatic have 6 points from their 2 games. Anexis have 3 points from their 2 games. And NIP also have 3 points from their 2 games. They play Team X, who have lost both games. You can therefore assume that NIP are the favourites for that game. If they should take that, it would leave Anexis needing to beat Fnatic, but needing to beat them quite heavily as well. So this is still not done, and Fnatic could probably just rest a little bit easier knowing that they're almost through. I mean, they literally have 1 foot in the quarterfinals for the 2nd consecutive season. They reached the final, the grand final last season. And here they are again. The mildly different lineup, just the 1 player different, of course, from last season's runners-up spot. Stinger replaced by Carrigan. Right now, bomb planted for Anexis, and Fnatic look like they've given up on this one. They've got an AWP and 2 M4, so it's an expensive round for them to try and challenge a 4v3. If they knew how much health Hudgy and Husey had, they might think again, but then say that, Zip's only got 12 himself and Freeze has only got 32, so surviving for the end of the round with the weapons, which they've just about done, is as good as it gets for them. 10-8 Anexis lead.
Indeed. So just, guys, do bear in mind how much this map has defined these 2 teams against each other before as well. As we said, lands have been defined off this match, this map especially against each other. So these 2 clearly have something to prove, and they both know exactly what they're coming up against. So we've seen some interesting tactics kind of being already adapted to, and I can't wait to see what's coming up in this round. So let's have a little look. It does seem as though Anexis just taking their time. Not overly committing, and that's splitting off towards B, but that's about it. The rest of Anexis do have some presence towards A. But let's see if Fnatic do have the patience to wait. Just biding their time. Trace is pushed up by mid, though, and he might get a glimpse of MX. He has, and he has got the frag as well, so that is now 1 player down for the Anexis side. And this could really turn the tide here. Let's have a look. Carrigan just might know what's coming. It does seem as though Fnatic are well aware of what's coming towards them. It is, and Nexus now bursting towards the bomb site. Carrigan gets 1. Molly follows up with a 2nd. Freeze trying to land a shot, and he finally does take down Husey, but he did already take down Molly, so there's some damage done, but it's only left Rattlesnake alive now. 1v4. The man's a legend, but is he going to be able to go this big? That's the question here. So going to push forward. Not going to happen this time. Zip gets his number and locks him down. And Fnatic getting that round back. So there's a little bit of a slip up before, but clearly they have got this one now under control. So 10-9, still very close, but Anexis just in the lead.
Indeed. So, still a chance. They're going to have to work really hard for this one. And it is a slimmer chance. I wonder if we can get an update from the NIP game. Hopefully towards the end of this round we'll get an update. Or now. So it's 9-7 right now to NIP. Do we know what map they're on? They're on what? They're on?
Mirage.
Mirage, okay. I thought he said Rush, and then I was like, don't think Rush is in the map pool, but okay. Anyway, back to this game. So NIP only just winning. It's not a done deal just yet, is it?
Nope.
Oh, that's a done deal, though. That's brilliant from Zip. Double on the forest ledge. And that'll be 10-10. Let's do it again. Got to break out a few, you know, trucky things as well. We've done extenders. Hey, I could do a whole knife round as a truck driver.
You reckon? What else is there?
I
Alright,
don't
I won't
know.
put you on the spot.
Years of watching Smokey and the Bandit must have taught me something.
There's going to be some good to it, but it does seem as though fnatic are going a little bit aggressive here, and Husey could be in a great position. No, maybe not.
No, he's in a brilliant position for Moddy.
Yeah, Moddy really enjoyed that. Thank you, Husey. But it does seem as though fnatic will have that advantage now as Anexis on the back foot, trying to make their way up. Short, it's MX to claim the face of Freeze there as they're bursting further forward. It's Hudson to pull up onto Trace. Great play going out so far, but can they keep it going? Release pushing forward now. Going to find Zip on the side who's taking a stand. He's found one frag. Can he find two more as they're closing in as we speak? Not going to happen. Rattlesnake's there, the real key player so far. So it's a 2v2 situation now. MX only on 6 HP. Tentative for both sides. Such a pivotal point. Bomb faked out there. Just getting Carrigan to push out. Does claim the life of MX, and that is not what you wanted to happen. You fake down the bomb. You're meant to get that first frag. But fnatic just against all odds once again. 11 to 10, picking this back up, and Anexis are in trouble.
Yeah. You know, it was just looking so good. And
yeah.
It's been a topsy-turvy kind of game. Just to recap for you, if you just join us. fnatic went out to an early 6-1 lead in the first half, and seemingly could do nothing wrong. And then a little bit of a slip-up, and then a bit of a rush that failed, and suddenly Anexis got a bit of momentum, and they won the half 9-6 with 8 in a row. And we've switched over as Freeze gets the opening kill of the round. This should be a fairly easy round. They're all on eco right now. There's 2, 3 drops. Grenade will help as well. Hit him. Hit him! Finally gets the kill. And Zip gets the last one. Stop tickling him, Trace, and hit him. And that'll be 12-10. So fnatic now, not comfortable, but they've certainly been much better this half. Anexis have only picked up the single round since they slipped over into the T side. And there isn't that much of a bias on this map. It's not, you know, it's not 6-1 biased. But here's what we said about the other half, because fnatic were 6-1 up on T side in the first half. So this is exactly the same scoreline as we had on the first half. Is this where Anexis start to make a comeback?
Well, they've kicked it off in the right direction. Their Rattlesnake has taken down the opposing AWP, which was Freeze. So, following up nicely there, Husey taking down Carrigan, got a little bit too aggressive. And Anexis playing this one very, very patiently. Release just making his way up now. Could be in trouble. Moddy has picking up the mantle, exactly where Freeze normally plays, but Smoke and Nade being placed up there. So, only 3 now stand for fnatic. Make it 2 as Zip and Moddy are the only 2 standing, completely separated by bomb sites. And Anexis now can pick whichever one they really want to, but Moddy is in a good position here. Keep that in mind. Anexis making their presence well and truly known. And let's see if Moddy can do anything in this situation. He's literally surrounded by players. He didn't expect Husey to be there. And a nice no-scope coming in from Rattlesnake, just taking down Zip. But it's Husey who found Moddy and eliminated the threat from the bomb site. And Anexis, they have rounds like that. And then you look at the past couple of rounds, where it's just such a disparity between them. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, it's an inconsistent bit of play. I'm sure that Sam, aka Rattlesnake, will be hugely annoyed and frustrated by. I know how much he plays through the book, the playbook, works out the strats, and wants the best from his players every single round. And when they're inconsistent, it must drive him absolutely potty. And they have been inconsistent tonight. There's no doubt about that. But hope is still there for a place in the quarterfinals. Remember, they went through last season. They qualified last season, in fact, by finishing 9th overall. This year, not quite so good in the regular season, 15th, and only just in. RaidCall EMS won, of course, over 4 cups with the best 16 teams via ranking points qualify through to the group stages, which we are currently in right now. Group C, just Group D to come tomorrow to find the last 2 qualifiers. 4 already there, 2 heading there tonight. And of course, we've got the quarterfinal draw to look forward to as well. Not quiet right now. It's about to get very noisy, though. Anexis down by 1. Release pushing through mid. Moddy and Trace, though, standing tall here. They put 2 men up on balcony, and that hasn't worked for them. That hasn't worked at all. And Moddy gets a triple, Trace with a double, and fnatic move to within 3 rounds of a perfect score in Group C with 9 points out of 9. And it's 11-9 to Team X in the other game right now, which would that would actually throw us into one other scenario which I haven't spoken about right now, which is that Team X would then have 3 points. Now, if fnatic win this one, so too would Anexis, and so would NIP.
Dear God.
So we would have a three-way tie for second place.
This is going to be unbelievable. This is going to come right down to the wire. It could be down to round difference. It's going to be an incredible group no matter what happens. But right now we are in a 4v3 situation in favor to finally Anexis. And I spoke too soon. Commentator's curse there as Freeze does manage to drop a nade right to release his face. Zip follows up kindly as now it's a 3v2. Bomb is planted, but it's too little too late, as there we have it. Zip comfortably takes down Rattlesnake, the man who's clearly going to be rather rattled by the last couple of rounds going on. And there's the defuse. So fnatic on that 14 to 11 round marker, and well, they're looking extremely strong now. I think they've had a couple of blips along the way. I think there was a couple of rounds that showed some brilliance from the Anexis side, and they've looked extremely strong, but they've been very rarely able to replicate that.
Yeah, someone should send one of the guys a message. I know they're going to be on comms right now. If anyone's watching this from Anexis, they should probably go and tell their team on comms right now that Team X are winning, because that's a massive coup for Anexis, because that would mean if they win this game, regardless of how many they win it by, they would be through. Ahead of NIP, incredibly. If they lose this, they're almost certainly out. But then if Team X win, well, they're back into a tied game, and my brain explodes with mathematics. So we'll come to that if we get there. But NIP currently 11-9 down to Team X. And Anexis here, 11-14 down. What a crazy group. We said this was the group of death. And by golly, were we right. fnatic now need 4 men to make it to 15 and guarantee their place in the quarterfinals. A draw would be good enough. A draw would not be good enough for Anexis, but who knows, it might be. Because if Team X continue to win, then Anexis would have 4 points. So they're not even out of it if they draw right now, because NIP and Team X will both have 3 points apiece. Got a bit worried there, just a little bit of lag. No panics. And, oh, dearie me, that might be a bit of panic for Trace, though. He's going to have to run away from that one. And instead he's going to now try and guard the forest ledge. I love this little angle behind the box here. It's such a great position. It's really tough to find the hit when you pop out as well, and that's why. There you go. Won that one with 12 points house without even being tagged. And fnatic now, 2 more men to drop. Now it's a final man. It's all down to hudzG to save the day. And into the bomb site he goes. It is picked off by Freeze. And that is game over now as far as fnatic are concerned, because they are guaranteed of making it through in top position to get the better seed in the quarterfinals. They have won Group C. At the very least, they can only draw this game now with 4 rounds remaining. However, Anexis still live. They need all 4 rounds, and they have to hope that Team X win in the other game. We'll hopefully get an update for you momentarily of what's going on between the 2 Swedes. NIP in action against Team X in the other game.
Yeah, let's keep eyes on this game just for this moment, as it does seem as though Anexis are edging towards the bomb site now, looking towards A. The smokes have put out. Freeze has found release. This could be the undoing of Anexis right now. Carrigan following up on Hughes. It's not going their way. It's all on hudzG right now. He's got 1. Gonna have to find a hell of a lot more. 3 more to find. Spraindown got the 2nd. Oh, nice to finish it off.
Oh my goodness.
Trace, what a way to end things. fnatic, well, you've gone and actually dashed the hopes of Anexis. What a way to end an incredible game.
What a way to end, and final score 16-11 to fnatic. They now have 3 out of 3 in the group stages. Congratulations to them. Last season's RaidCall EMS 1 Cup runners-up from the grand final. We now need to find out who's going through between NIP and Team X. So I think we should probably drop you in there. If I can get an IP address, then we'll go in. Current score is, Tim? 10-13 to Team X.
Wow.
Wow. Let's try and find that immediately.
Yeah, hopefully someone can get that for us. Okay, we'll see what we can do.
Okay, I'm going to do my best. Let's, sorry about this. We're just going to try and...
we're trying it.
We're literally just going to try and jump in.
While we wait, let's just keep in mind, Team X and NIP haven't actually met for such a long time. The last time they met was NorthCon. They've missed each other throughout the whole of the RaidCall events, and literally have very rarely met. So it's going to be an incredible game either way, and, well, take us through it.
Let's drop you in it, because, well, not drop you in it, but let's drop you into the game. Ninjas in Pyjamas currently 13-9 down in the game. We already know that the next round is going to go their way, but let's watch and learn, as it were, from Freiburg, who's picked up 2 already. Pronax in there getting a revenge, but Forest coming back round, and they're now at a 3 versus 2. Quick team lineups: RDL, Spitfire, Pyth, Pronax and Lidder lining up for Team X, the former Absolute Legends, and Freiburg Forest exists. Get Right and Fifth Laren for NIP, and there is that 10th round confirmed. So we're a little bit behind. We were a little ahead in the real world. We've used our time machine to get back in time, and we're now into the very last game of Group C. Massive, massive game for Ninjas in Pyjamas now, because here's the deal, ladies and gents. fnatic are through with 9 out of 9 points. Anexis, they have to wait and see. They have 3 points right now. If Ninjas in Pyjamas lose this, against Team X, we would have a 3-way tie between Team X, Ninjas in Pyjamas, and Anexis. I don't think Anexis can go through on that basis because they lost 16-1 to NIP, but then it would be down to these 2 teams as to who went through on round difference. And my golly, is it going to come down to that? It might well do, you know. And right now, they've got themselves a 4 versus 3.
Indeed they do, and that is actually in favour to Team X right now. Only Get Right, Freiburg and Forest alive. And Forest has got a glimpse of one. It was Pyth there who's been taken down, so now 3v3 situation. Forest has opened up the bomb site. Smoke's now pluming in the way. Pronax now kicked into action. Lidder's caught a glimpse. I think that was Get Right actually getting tagged up just a touch there. Freiburg dropping out the nade. They're looking for it. Flashes going over. Smokes are still in place, but can they get to that bomb site uncontested so far? I think they're going to be in trouble as soon as they try and cross. But no, they've actually managed it so far. Lidder still holding strong. 40 seconds and ticking. Beautiful shot coming in from Pronax there. Takes down Forest. Lidder follows up onto Freiburg. It's all on Get Right now. 1v3. He's spinning around. He's in trouble desperately. He's tagged up already. Can he find any of these players? Lidder just crouching down, playing for the time. And there we have it. Pronax comes in and gives Team X another advantage. 14-10. Incredible game so far going on here, folks. This is a real turn for the books, and do bear in mind, NIP are so good at this map as well. They have some incredible results, beating the likes of ESC 16-1 or LDLC 16-6. So these guys are not to be taken lightly on this map. This is not going to be another cachet. This is one of their good maps, a strong map, and now they're in a terrible position.
Did I just hear you say cachet? Is that like a attaché?
It's like a sachet.
Really? Good,
yes.
good. I like the fact that you're quick on the draw there. So, 14-10. Maths-wise, we think NIP are already through, but I'm loath to say for definite. But I'm pretty sure they are, because of better round difference. Because they've already got 10 here, so the most they can lose by right now is 6, which would leave them ahead of both Anexis and Team X. I don't want to spoil it for you. Team X still need to win this game to tie, and if NIP win it, then that's it, they're through. No problem at all, but they're not winning it right now, and they're going to go down here. This is going to be a draw at the very least. Lovely grenade from Lidder right onto the Forest balcony, and it was on Exist, and that'll be 15-10, and Team X right now, again, doing what they did last season, really. Absolute Legends had a miserable season overall in the regular cup, somehow cobbled together a team to get to the playoffs, then cobbled a team together to get through the playoffs, and still somehow won it to go through to the LAN finals, then cobbled another team together to try and make the LAN finals, and did very well in that game as well, reaching the semi-finals. And now here they are yet again in Season 2, having to cobble a team together, not with a full lineup right now. These players do need a team. If you're out there and you've got a team, then fantastic deagle shot from Exist to start things off here. If you're looking for a Swedish team, you would do very well to pick up these 5 men who are on the verge of beating Ninjas in Pyjamas right now, although they're down by a man in this round. The worst they can do is draw. And Pyth does get the pick up on Get Right. Lidder now coming round the corner as well. Now they've only got 2 men remaining here. This is danger time for NIP. They've only got 10 and 32 health against 2 who've got 27 and 12. This could go either way. Somehow NIP have got themselves out of trouble yet again. And aren't going to win the round, though. It's now 1v1. Oh, my goodness. Freiburg with Spitfire running out of time here. Picks off Spitfire. Brilliant clutch from Freiburg. They will get the final, will get the round, and just about survive from the end of it as well. And 15-11 now. Ninjas in pyjamas. I don't know about in pyjamas. Ninjas on a knife thread right now. They are literally clinging on to a place to defend their title in the quarterfinals.
And what a way to see these two teams go at it right now. I love the Team X guys. I love them in Absolute Legends with their original lineup. They're a true underdog story, and that is exactly what we're seeing right now. 15-11 against arguably the best team this game has seen so far.
Ugly?
So let's arguably.
Ugly.
I didn't call them ugly.
All right, okay.
God damn it. So let's see what NIP have in store this round. It's Exist to open things up, taking down Litter, the man who's been really locking down this bomb site. Forest follows up onto Spitfire, but Team X do have their replies in the form of Pronex and Pyth so far, leaving it in a 3v2 situation in favor to NIP still. So now onto the bomb site, it seems we go for Flaren. It's Exist to lead the way. Pronex trying to stop them in the track's not going to happen. An edge closer, it's in RDL's hand. Can he somehow secure this for his team? Can this be the round that they take it on? It's going to be a tall task. Let's keep on with him now. He knows where one player is at least. Freiburg planting down the bomb. RDL pushing closer now. Get Right does get tagged up, but it's not enough. Get Right does get the frag and keeps hope just about alive for NIP here. 12-15.
Clinging on to it. Literally clinging on to it at the moment.
Yep.
RDL's had a monster. He's 24 for 17. Pronex 20 and 19. Spitfire 19. Pyth 21. Litter 18. So really good across-the-board scores. Freiburg 27 for 20. Forest 22. Exist 16. Get Right 12 for 17. What on earth's wrong with him? Flaren 11 for 24 is pretty disastrous in the KD ratio department. And that's left it at a 15-12 game right now for Team X, who have had to take a P250 round. Got 3 of them in the lineup. AKA a Joe round, AKA a Red round, AKA an Eco round. Ninjas in pyjamas should, in theory, be able to pick this one up. Oh, that's a lovely headshot from RDL. Get Right replying back. Forest, yeah, 4 exclamation marks from Forest. And then and then some Swedish, which I'm not going to repeat. And we have a little pause. It's all right, though. Don't panic.
Got a bit nervous.
Don't panic, Mr. Mannering! It's all good. Nicely done so far from Team X, though. They have 4v4 with Get Right down to 7 points of health. Bomb is planted here, so I'm not expecting them to come in and do a huge amount here. Ooh, Flaren, get your bum out of there, because that's going to be too hot right now. They are going to get one. He's going to blow up under the bomb. They end up with 2 men remaining in the end, so as good as it could have gotten for Team X. And the round difference comes down to 2. I'm pretty sure now that I know mathematically in my brain that Ninjas in Pyjamas are definitely through.
Yep.
Even if they lose 16-13, they will still have a better round difference. I'm wondering if the Tim, the producer, can confirm that with someone.
We've got a hand up to
We've got a hand, which means that he's trying to work it out as well with someone who's far brainier than I am in the maths department. Although maths I'm all right with. Wires and electronics, not so good.
We don't allow you to touch that.
Not good.
Let's get our eyes to the game right now, as it does seem as though Team X have kicked things off in the right direction if they do want to take this one. And they have only got left Exist and Flaren to find it. Well, Exist is already tagged up and taken down. It's all in Flaren's hands right now. 1v3. He's got one, can't get the second. And can you believe it? Team X, the underdog, the team that no one really expected to do damage here, have actually just beaten NIP.
I don't think anyone would have had NIP as losing 2 matches in the group stage right now. We are going to get confirmation. I think NIP are still amazingly through to the quarterfinals, but, well, we're getting a nodded head. Yeah. That's as much as I'm getting right now. Let's just recap and tally where we are right now, because what we've had this evening is just some sublime Counter-Strike, honestly. We've also seen some pretty crazy games in terms of the results. So I'm just wondering, let me just double check and see if they've done the dastardly deed. Not quite
Almost.
updated the groups. They're not quite. It's like it's nearly there. Have you got the updated graphics for the group stage? No? Okay, fine. I thought Tim had the update. He's like, yeah, I've got it. And then I don't think he realised what I was actually doing. So, here we go then. In first place, fnatic with 9 points out of 9 points. Second place is NIP.
12 points difference.
Yeah, so they have plus 12 rounds difference. I was working it out in my head.
Plus 1 for Team X.
Plus 1 for Team X, who finished in third. And Anexis, unfortunately, with -5.
Wow.
No, minus 30. 13.
13.
I was going to say, how the hell have they gone minus the... Anyway, so that's how Group C is finished. We actually can show you the groups right now. Let's show you that on screen. Doesn't include the last two results, of course, but you can see that fnatic already had 6 out of 6. They now have 9 out of 9. Ninjas in Pyjamas, amazingly, having lost 2 of their 3 matches, have somehow, incredibly, because of that 16-1 demolition of Anexis, have gone through to the quarterfinals. Anexis and Team X both miss out. Team X finishing third, Anexis finishing bottom of their group on the same points. Extraordinary night.
Incredible night. And what a first cast for me here.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, just a bit. I don't think... If anyone ever predicted that group to end that way, I'd give them a medal. Because on paper, it should never end that way.
Don't say that, because there's probably someone on Team Chat, on Twitch chat now, who's going, I want a medal. I want to pin it
If they can prove it, I will find you a medal.
Said, no,
If you can prove it with a screenshot somewhere with a timestamp that's not photoshopped, that I can verify, I will find a medal for them. Because on paper, by no means that should have ever ended that way. No means. Don't trust you.
Cool. What? No, I was just saying it'll probably be a paper medal. It's like gold.
I'm a really good drawer of crayons.
Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to our sponsors, RaidCall. Don't forget you can use RaidCall, channel 1997, tomorrow night from 7 o'clock. Watch the stream and talk at the same time. It all synced up nicely for you. It's a really good experience as well. Failing that, come and join us on ESL TV. That's it from this evening. My thank you to all of the teams that took part. Congratulations once more to fnatic and NIP. They are your teams that will go through to the quarterfinals. Remember, the 29th and 30th of June, the LAN finals for our second season of the RaidCall EMS 1. From me and Lauren, it's good evening. We'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central European Summertime.